Markets finished slightly up to flat today as investors await PPI, CPI info coming out. Bitcoin looks like it's making a run. Let's take a look at what's going on. Not a whole lot of big news out there right now. The markets are waiting for inflation data to come out this week, the PPI and the CPI, producer price index, consumer price index, and that will give a little bit more clarity on top of the labor market results that we saw last week in terms of where the economy stands and what the Fed's most likely to do, which right now the market's pricing in about a 75% chance of a 25 basis point rate hike. So we will most likely see the Fed, especially if we get a hot inflation print or a par inflation report consistent or close to what we got last time, the Fed will definitely come out with another 25 basis points, but nothing major. Everybody is waiting for that news. So let's jump into the charts and look at what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin made a little move earlier, getting everybody excited, pushing for that $30,000 level. Not quite there yet. Not quite able to break past this 29,100, 29,280 level. This line right here is the $30,000 level. There's two major trend lines that we're looking at. The one is connecting the peak of April 2021 with this bounce peak of April 2022. And now here we are at April 2023, about ready to check this major trend line. And each time Bitcoin rejected on that major trend line in April for the last 2 years, it dropped another 50, 60%, which is what we looked at yesterday. If Bitcoin can break out of this level, that's a break of 30,000, a back check confirmation, and it could continue on. The probabilities of that are not very good considering the Fed is potentially going to hike again, and recession is still on the table as we await earnings as well. We're going to start earnings season here, so we'll get some guidance in terms of what the companies are seeing, projecting, and what their forward guidance looks like. But these are the things that I'm watching on Bitcoin right now. Major test coming up for this April timeframe. If we look at the Gaussian channel on the weekly, same thing. Bitcoin still kind of above that midline of the Gaussian channel. Last time it popped up, held support on it, and then broke down below it. Same thing on the moving average. When we look at the 200-week moving average, Bitcoin is held above the 200-week moving average so far. It's never lost it for this long in the history of Bitcoin. It's always found the 200 moving average as support. So right now it is on support at that 200-week moving average. And then let's go ahead and jump in. This is the daily that we're looking at here on Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, because it's at a major level as well, testing the upper bound of a trend line, kind of a parallel channel that Bitcoin's been in really since the May 2021. It touched the top on July 2021, touched the top again on June 2022, and here we are at April 2023. Bitcoin testing the upper bound of that channel that has been in Bitcoin dominance, the channel that it's been in really since that May 2021 timeframe. And every time it does, it rejects and goes back down and reaches the bottom of that channel. The total altcoin market kind of hanging out, rejecting above the top line of that descending channel that it's been in basically since it broke down in May of 2022. So this is the altcoin market, does not include Bitcoin, does not include Ethereum. And then if we look at Ethereum kind of hanging out, testing this upper range, trying to test that $2,000 level, but getting rejected, not quite there yet. And again, all of the other altcoins and crypto coins are kind of following right along, basically going silent, waiting for the inflation reports, earnings season to see what the markets do. If all of the inflation data comes in hot, traditional markets will definitely reverse for a little bit. Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies will follow suit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the VIX, kind of hanging out, testing that 18 level. This is the level that VIX generally gets a pop and we see a volatility event happen. The Dixie had a little bounce today. A lot of people calling for a W pattern on the Dixie. The dollar index at 102, 103, working its way back up to that 110 to 115 level. A lot of analysts are watching that level, but there's 105 that it has to get to first. The 2-year catching a bounce, the 10-year catching a bounce. So things kind of in limbo right now as investors await economic data, earnings, and forward guidance by companies reporting. So if you're new to the channel, this channel is all about entrepreneurship, buying companies, building companies, investing in real estate, developing real estate, investing in markets and crypto. It's all about creating cash flow to invest in other assets, building and sustaining wealth for generations. So that's what this channel is all about. I'll see you in the next video.